bit of time. Even before we first got our hand, we would, they would just kind of, we would tag along with them, like to go hear Baba Femi speak. Baba Shango, he was always around. So, we were kind of like fly on the wall. It's almost like when you're a kid and like your parents, even when we were going to church and going to the mosque, we were just like, okay, like, but one thing I will say that when I was younger, sometimes it did leave me with a little bit of like, I don't want to, maybe confusion or just like, okay, what is the right path?
Yeah.
Right.
But as an adult, I'm so grateful that I kind of got to see that journey, because it taught me that there's like no one right way of like your connection to source. You know what I mean? It
Right.
that like your spirituality is very personal. Like your relationship with God is very personal. Like even what we were talking about earlier, Grand, she was Church of God in Christ, but she's one of our ancestors that shows up for us.
Yeah.
Like
she was very close with like God. She had a very good connection with Source.
Yes. So it's like even in her afterlife, like we received messages from her and confirmations, and it's like she wasn't even she know nothing about Ifa. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
And I will say too, since we were kind of throughout our journey of hopping to Christianity and then hopping out of it, I always kind of had the question of like God and the judgment I felt from like the church of God. Like if you do this, you're going to get punished. If you do that, you're going to get. Whereas Ifa, I didn't really see it as like that type of like punishment. I don't know. It seemed to more come natural as opposed to just thinking like, if you do this wrong thing, like God's looking down at you and something's gonna happen. So
going to hell.
Right.